Alright guys, today I'm going to talk to you about a couple things you're going to need when you do your V6 to V8 swap. Number one, you're going to need frame mounts. So right down there, the V6 ones, the ones that are on the V6 are different. Not just the motor mounts, it has to be the frame mount. So if you go pull one out of the junkyard, go ahead and grab the frame mounts off the frame of the truck. If not, you're going to have to buy them. All right, number two, you will need a wiring harness. Make sure you get the correct wiring harness. If you buy a Gen 3 engine, make sure you get a Gen 3 harness. If you buy a Gen 4 engine, make sure you get a Gen 4 harness, because one is drive-by cable and one is drive-by wire. So you have to make sure you get the correct one. The Gen 3 is going to be your drive-by cable, and your Gen 4 is going to be your drive-by wire. All right, you will need to cut your factory fuel lines from the V6. So you're going to cut them, and then there's some little connectors. I don't know if you can see them back there. They're red and blue. But you're going to need the correct ones, and I will include the link in the description for those. You can get them on Summit. Let's see what else. You're going to need, okay, actually you can use your factory ECM and TCM. But you're going to have to have it reprogrammed for the V8 parameters. So just get in contact with a tuner close to you, or if you know someone with HP tuners, you might talk to them. They might know how to do it, because there is a way you can do it like that. You're also going to need the hoses for the radiator, your coolant hoses. So you're going to need the top one, which is this one here, and then you're going to need the bottom one, that one there. So make sure you get those. If you go get one out of the junkyard, just grab those and bring them with you. Also, if you decide to go to electric fans, which obviously I'm gonna have to do, because you can see that clearance is not gonna work with an intake on it. If you decide to go electric fans, you're gonna need the bigger radiator. The V6s come with a smaller radiator. These come with, the V8s come with the bigger one. So I've already done the radiator swap, because I actually punched a hole in mine by accident when I was pulling the V6 out. The electric fans bolt here, so you're gonna need the bigger radiator, because if not, the smaller factory radiator from the V6 will mount there. But that's where your electric fans will mount if you do electric fans. I don't know about accessories. I don't know if the V6 alternator will work, or the power steering pump. I have no idea on that. I went ahead, and my engine came with those, so if you can find one with them, just go ahead and do that. That's the easier route. I was able to pick up this engine, transmission, and a transfer case for $800, so it worked out pretty good. And actually, you don't need a new transmission, because the 4060 in it will work with the V8. I just have an extra one because I'm going to have it built, because this motor is eventually going to have boost. Which brings me along, I'm sure you guys are wondering why I went to the high ram intake from Holley. It's because I plan on going boost later. You do not have to do that. You can use the factory intake. If you do decide to go with this intake, so these are right here. Let's see. Right here, this is an 8AN fitting right here. So you have to make sure that you get a male 8AN 90 crossover fuel line. If you buy a female crossover, you're gonna have to get a double-sided 8AN, and it's gonna protrude out too far, and then right over here, it's gonna hit the back of the alternator. So you have to make sure you get a male a male 8AN fitting with the 90-degree on it for your crossover. So make sure that you don't make the same mistake I did, or you're going to be waiting on parts continuously. I've been doing this for a couple weeks now, kind of doing it just without doing research, which I probably should, but I'm not. Also, if you do an aftermarket intake, you will need a fuel pressure regulator, so keep that in mind also. You can use your factory fuse box. You'll just plug in the V8 harness to it. Let's see. Okay, when you go to disconnect your harness from the V6, make sure, I don't know if you can see it, let me get under here better. All right. Right there. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. There's your two connectors. Here's the focus. There's your two connectors for your neutral safety switch, and they are glued in. So make sure that you heat that up with something. A heat gun is what I use. Works great. Make sure you heat those up, or you will break it. Because I broke it, and I ended up still having, you know, when I unhooked it from the vehicle in the junkyard, I used a heat gun to make sure I didn't break it. And then I had to buy a new neutral safety switch for this truck because I broke the factory one. So make sure you don't make the same mistake. Make sure you heat those things up. They will come unplugged. I don't know why, but GM jammed them full of glue. And yeah, so they're really hard to get out. Also, let's see. Oh, you will need heater hoses. So your hoses that come from right back there. One goes, it wires out of here and goes to your overflow, and then it goes up there, and then the other one's just straight up there. So you will need the V8 heater hoses. Other than that, I think that's all, guys. I think that's all you're gonna need. This is actually a pretty easy swap. These trucks were designed to have the V8 in them from the factory, so you know it's pretty simple to do. I'll include I'll include the fittings in the description, so that you guys won't have to go searching like I did. But yeah. Anyway, stay tuned on this build. I'll have if anything changes, I'll make sure and let you guys know. Make another video for it. I plan on making more videos once I get this thing running. We are building like a sleeper out of it. It's not in the best condition, as you can see. It's got some dents and dings in it, but I was able to pick this truck up for $1,000 running and driving. So it's going to be a pretty cool sleeper. It's either going to be on boost or nitrous. I haven't really decided yet. Probably nitrous for now and boost later. But yeah, guys, should be a pretty cool build. So stay tuned. All right, guys, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll keep you all updated. Thanks for watching.